Zendaya.
What's up?
Girl, how many years has it been since I last saw you? 4?
I know, so weird, right?
You're so grown. Look at you. Can we take a minute? Can we enjoy
I'm
this?
growing up a little, just a little bit.
Zendaya, you look beautiful.
Thank you so much. So do you.
Oh, well, thank
See,
you,
I've been
man.
watching you doing your thing too. So you know
Listen.
what?
This right here?
This right here.
I was actually listening to your new song, which I'm obsessed with Chris Brown,
Thank
Something
you, thank
New.
you. Thank you.
Let's talk about it because, you've had different songs out there, right? You've been working on music, so this isn't brand new. A lot of people might know you from TV.
Yeah.
No.
From all other stuff,
Everything. Cover girl,
Yeah, no.
makeup, Barbie doll. I mean, come on, right?
Honestly, I've been taking a long time to those 4 years since Replay and everything like that, or 3 years, however long it's been. Just taking the time because I've grown as a woman. You know what I mean? You learn who you are. You come into your own. You find out more about yourself, and that's a big transitional period. You know what I mean? When you're growing into literally becoming a woman. So my thing was how I translated that and turned that into the music. You know what I mean? How do I translate my maturity and my growth and let people connect through that and make it a little more real and also, all in the same token I'm finally getting a chance to really do the music that I want to do. You know what I mean? And there is no sacrificing anything. There's no, giving in. There's no, people have opinions, behind the scenes of what lane I should go and what I need to do. But I know what I want.
Yep.
And that's my number one piece of advice for anyone who's doing anything in life is you have to stick to your vision and stick to your gut. You know what I'm saying? You got that live your Pope gut.
Yep.
Go with it. It works every time,
Now, Something New, Chris Brown, how did this come about?
How did it come about? Well, okay. So that song I've actually had for a year because I recorded it a while ago and it was with Babyface's team. So I recorded with Babyface. Crazy.
Which is crazy.
Crazy.
We're going to get to that next.
What?
Yeah.
So, that alone was an amazing experience. But, as soon as I heard that song, I knew I wanted to record it because, you hear that sample, as you hear boom, 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 and you're just like, oh, done. I'm sold, right? So I had to record that. The entire experience was great. And so it kind of always was like amongst my friends and family, it was one of our favorites out of the songs that I have recorded. And I have a lot of songs recorded. So I already knew I wanted it to be my single. But then when I met him, I went to the studio while he was recording his album and I went with my parents. I was like, hey, bro, I just want to get your advice. I want you to hear my music. And I just, I wanted to know, as, an artist who he's obviously been doing this for a long time, an honest opinion, and I wanted him to pick what song he liked best to be on. You know what I mean? So that he would be excited about it.
Exactly.
Right? And it was real.
Yeah.
So, and he gravitated towards that song. So it was all these real dope old grown men that are in there hey, we like this song. And I felt real cool for a second because, I'm a nerd. So I was like, oh, thanks, guys. And so then he did his verse. And then once he did his verse, he sent it back. And I was like, now I gotta re-record all my parts.
Yeah.
Re-record, completely rearrange the whole song all over again, redid all my ad-libs, did everything. Because, that's what I wanted. I wanted someone who was gonna make me do better. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Putting yourself next to someone who can sing and dance, you've got to be able to hold your own. So that was the whole point. And so it
4
worked.
years ago, you talked about working with Chris Brown and wanting that to happen.
So weird, right?
It all manifested. Look at this.
Just Yellow Brick Road, doing what it does.
Is it weird to you right now?
It is pretty weird. It
Yeah.
is pretty weird because sometimes, I genuinely forget, the words famous and celebrity, I really don't like those words. It just I don't connect myself to that, really.
Yeah.
I really just forget all the time that people even know who I am. I will literally, if I go out and I'm in LA and I'm with my niece and we're just chilling, whatever, I will go out and think I'm just about to have, a just carefree afternoon. And then people come to me and I'm like, oh, snap, right.
Yes.
that little section of my life. I totally forgot about that, So it's something that doesn't really, I don't think about, but then sometimes I really think about it. So it just kind of, but I also think it's a good thing.
Right.
Because that way, like, I feel like if you get into that mind space, you start to feel like, because people know you, you feel like above people, and that's just not who I am. And people also treat you differently. People treat you how you treat them. So I've never had I've had some crazy fan experiences and stuff like that, but never to an outrageous point, because I feel like I treat them like human beings and they treat me like a human being. And that's, you get what you put out there,
Right. So something new will be off what? Let's talk about this album. What are you working on?
Oh, I know. The album, it's just so much.
Yeah.
Like I said, been working on it since I finished up with everything with replay and everything. I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, no more singing this song live. We're done. Moving forward. I need to get into a new space. I'm over it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I made these songs when I was 15, and that's not really,
you're grown.
I'm grown. It's not really, you know what I'm saying, the space and what I want to do, really. It was like a nice baby step into the idea of what I wanted to do, So just there's so many songs. There's so much stuff that I've recorded, and there's so many things that I can talk about now, that I've experienced, that I've, can just, it's just a lot more real, honest. I've been able to work with amazing, talented people. Tim, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Freaking Diane Warren, these legendary people that have let me really, they trust me and allow me to do me, which is really exciting because, usually, they don't.
Allow.
Yeah. And I think that's what's cool about those particular people and why they're so relevant is because they never think they know everything.
Right.
They're totally open to, I think, a young person's opinion because we are,
the future.
We're cool. We know what's up and we know what we like and we know what we're into. And I like that they respected my opinions and my input.
How was it working with Babyface? Let's talk about this.
It was very cool. It was just very cool. I mean, I was just kind of like, it's all that surreal experience. Same thing with Tim. I was like, this isn't real right now.
Did you ask questions? Were you like, so how was it working with da-da-da?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, with Babyface, like, he's just cool dude, man. And he hears, like, musicality and he hears all that stuff. So I just was learning and soaking that in. And then working with, like, Diane Warren, who's, like, just, I don't know if you've ever met her, but she is just like...
No, I've heard great things.
She's amazing. She just cusses every 5 seconds.
Yes.
And she's just a spitfire. And, like, I just want to be like her when I grow up. And then they get Tim, who's, like, my age, I feel like, inside. You know what I mean? But he has so much, like, inspiration and so many things. So much experience. So, like... If I would he would make beats and send them over to our area, and then I'd work with me and the writer that I brought out with me, and we were just writing and working, and we were there from 4 to 6 in the morning, crazy stuff, and just working. And then he'd come in, hear some stuff, and then he'd always give a big inspirational speech. Every time he walked in, it was this big, and you just dang, I feel renewed. Let's go make some more songs. You just feel real good, because he just he just pumps you up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's just different experiences, and then also working with people who aren't as known producers and aren't legends yet, but are, I think, have all the potential to be every legend in the world, and I want to be part of their journey just as much as they want to be part of mine. So
what a great time. All right, let's talk about movies, acting, TV. Casey Undercover season 2 is about to next month, right?
Yeah, very soon. So I mean, what's really cool for me is there's a couple reasons. People are like, oh, you still on Disney Channel, mama.
Get your money, Zendaya.
Now let me explain something to you.
Get your money.
That's a solid job. Okay,
yes.
You call me back when you can go to a solid. You know what I mean?
Nice paychecks.
Take care of my family, okay? Yep. Pay the bills, keep the lights on. But other than that, honestly, seriously, it is I get to produce, meaning I get to learn about in a comfortable space that I'm comfortable in. I've been in the Disney family for a long time. They trust me. I trust them. I'm able to learn, and my opinion is valued. I'm able to, understand what it takes to put on productions and budgeting and all this just crazy stuff that people don't think about, people don't know really happens. Because I want to be like Shonda Rhimes. I don't know about y'all, but that woman is incredible. So I want to start learning and figuring that stuff out now, So A. B, also is because I feel like there was a very, very much a lack of diversity on the channel. You know what I'm saying? And something for me as a young mixed girl, I felt that there needed to be more representation, especially in young programming for kids. There needs to be something positive, but also something where a young black girl or a young black boy can look and see someone that looks like them. That means a lot. You know what I mean? So that for me was something that I really especially needed to happen. Because, what was the last time we had a black show? It was Raven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about makeup, CoverGirl.
Yes. You
are now the new face of CoverGirl.
This is true.
How is it? How are they treating you? CoverGirl, we've worked together and I know they're great. How have they been to you?
Amazing. Really, really, really. And here's the thing. A few things. A, I love just what CoverGirl has represented. You know what I mean? Because they really... think about all the different kinds of cover girls. You got Queen Latifah, you got Sofia Vergara, Ella DeGeneres, different types of beautiful women, and they kind of showcase that.
Yeah.
And I really, really appreciate that. So I just felt like it fit with what I do.
Right.
And what I'm trying to project. So that was perfect. But also, you would assume that a big company like that would be super picky and weird about me having an opinion. You know what I mean?
Right.
They'd be like, oh, well, this is how we do things. They're not like that at all. Every picture, you know what I mean? I'm like, hey, can we crop it like this and blah, blah, blah. And super into my input and what I like, what I don't like, what I'm into, how, showed me all the different, campaigns and things that we're interested in doing and wanted to hear my ideas. And that's cool. To work with a company like that will let you have some freedom.
Creative
control.
Know what
I mean? I love it.
And that is needed for you.
Definitely.
If anyone's known you long enough, you're not the type of person who's just going to be like, okay, yeah, I'll go along with it. Never have been.
Never
You're
will
still
be.
the same, which I love. Still humble, still great. So let's go back about something new real quick. The TLC sample. We're hearing that you might have some cameos in the video.
Of course.
Can you talk about it?
No. Okay, give them everything. No, but really, here's the thing: is when it came down to the song, is I have respect for other artists. You know what I'm saying, and what other people do. So there was no way that I'm gonna put out that song, knowing that I know T-Boz.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We've connected over. We kind of established a relationship through other things because she does, a lot of work with sickle cell and everything like that and charity work, and that's really where my heart is and her heart is as well. So we bonded through that. But I'm not going to put out a song and not go to the artist.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's that heavily sampled. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make sure, get her blessing and everything, and she may or may not be a part of the video. We had to make sure you have to cover your base. You got to respect other people's art,
This is exciting. You got Legends co-signing you.
You got to get... Hey, when you're from the Disney family, people have a certain view of you, so you got to get, some street cred.
Yeah, you got to remind people that you're from Oakland, California.
Okay. You got to let them know.
Maybe I heard that your aunties might have been part of the Black Panther
Absolutely.
party.
They were held in my old house.
Sometimes you got to remind people.
Okay.
Oh, Zendaya. So how do you deal with everything else? The love life.
Look, I just be chilling, man.
Zendaya, we go back for that. We saw you with Odell.
Look, people can make it what it may. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we know my dad got my back.
Oh, we saw.
So there will be no problems.
We saw Dad.
There will be no problems.
I was laughing when I saw that.
Me too. It was the best because as it was happening, I was in my car like, yo, this is going to be everywhere.
Yes.
This is going to be everywhere. But, hey, look.
Yeah.
I love it. You know what I mean? You got to have someone like that around you, and
in your corner, has your back, wants your best interest.
Absolutely. So I'm cool with it. Just because you're in the NFL don't mean you get a little slide, a little pass. You still gotta go through Dad. Okay.
Thank you. Is he boyfriend? Is he getting to know? Or
my dad said the best. It's audition phase.
I love audition phase.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's an interview. I'm getting to know you. I'm saying, I don't know yet.
Yeah. We got to see if you're worthy.
You know?
We have 1,000 questions for him. Listen, if your dad needs backup,
Done. I got
We're
you.
here. Listen, we got New York on lock, Zendaya.
Eyes
Eyes on you,
everywhere.
Odell. Don't play.
Everywhere.
That's nice,
No,
though.
he's cool and friends and whatever. But like I said, I'm taken care of. I got people. I know people.
Yeah, we all know people. I
know
mean,
people.
He know you from
Don't
Oakland,
play.
right?
Now, look.
Yeah,
Hey.
like.
We got bi-coastal. Bi-coastal. Don't play. Bi-coastal.
Yo, I died laughing when I saw your dad. I was like, yes, Dad.
It was amazing, honestly. I was like, I love this. Somebody's comment was like, yo, he speaks for all black parents in the community. I'm like, this is true.
Yeah.
This is very true. So, dad's holding down.
So new experiences, new feelings. This is different, Zendaya. God.
Just growing up.
Okay, so you're not in love yet. We're not gonna get the in love records yet, right? You're moving too. Oh, God. You're moving too fast.
I'm sorry. I'm
Now
sorry.
You're breaking my heart. One step at a time.
Here's what I'm saying. It's dealing with those emotions and all that stuff for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Getting into that world.
And I think it's important, as we see you grow, to see these things, because otherwise it won't feel authentic. Like when we hear a record, we'll be like, what does she know? We saw her. Last time we saw her, it was Disney. So to see this, I think shows growth, and it's really nice.
Thanks.
Now, let's talk about the Barbie doll.
The Barbie doll.
The Barbie doll. Okay, so how did this all come about?
Well, here's the thing. Barbie kind of reached out, right? And at first I was like, I don't know. Like, Barbie has always kind of been one type of beauty for me. Never really connected to Barbie when I was little. Not really not brand, but not really my
forte.
What I give off, what I'm promoting is, something else.
Right.
And they were like, we know, like, that's the problem. We want to make it more diverse. We want to start doing these things. We want to make these changes. And so I sat down, I had a meeting with them. They showed me all the things that they were planning to do that are now obviously out now to, embrace different types of beauty, to open up those doors, to make it something bigger and more beautiful for every type of woman. And that's when I really fell in love with Barbie and the whole idea and everything that they were doing, because they know. Yes. They knew. I went to, because here's what I did. I went to the airport and there was like a Barbie stand, and I was like, look guys, like, I'm going here and you only see one type of Barbie. I don't see any Barbie that my little nieces are going to be like, hey, that's me.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense for me. And I was like, guys, like, this is what I'm seeing. Like, I know you're saying one thing, but this is what I see. And they're like, please send us like all that, anything that you see like that, like, please let us know. We're totally like, we love that. We love the feedback and everything. I went there this last time, changed. Tons of different kinds of Barbies up there.
This is great, man.
So cool.
It's great.
So cool. So I love what they're doing, and it was their idea to do the locks and everything. And I'm not like, hey, we should do my Oscar moment. They wanted to do that because it was part of like their initiative to diversify and do stuff like that, and I thought that was cool. So
and you're part of that.
I was a part of that.
Another win. I
changed the sign. I changed the sign.
I like it.
I got a Barbie.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Okay, so Zendaya, what do you think about everything that's going on in Hollywood as far as the boycotting the Oscars? Where do you stand with this?
Well, I mean, here's my thing is I'm glad that this conversation is happening. I'm glad that the wrong thing would be us to just be silent and not say anything and not bring it up, because it is an issue, and a lot of people aren't aware. Like, in a sense, like, we're so used to not seeing diversity on the screen that we're numb to it. We don't see it. And so I'm glad that conversation is happening, and I'm glad that people are speaking up. And the thing is if we're not presented with the opportunities or in mind even for these opportunities, you have to keep pushing. You have to keep pushing the boundaries. You have to keep, making your own opportunities and never stop. Because here's the thing. That's why you have people like, for example, Ashonda Rhimes, who make opportunities and make big, amazing, powerful Black women characters, you know what I mean? So she is proactive, I feel like, in that, and not obviously in movies, but in television, which is also equally
amazing.
as important, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to movies as well, like, it's all about having that discussion, bringing it to the forefront, and not stopping, because it's not something that you can just be like, oh, well, we give up now, or, oh, yeah, we get it. It's just, you got to keep going. You just got to keep pushing those boundaries. And so I think it needs to happen.
Yeah.
It needs to, it's time.
It's a dialogue. It's something that needs to be addressed.
Exactly.
And I don't know if people know, but I feel like everyone knows that you're a Pac fan, a huge Pac fan.
I feel like, I don't know why, like every time I watch Poetic Justice, I feel like he could possibly be my cousin. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, he possibly, I mean,
like
you never
he
know.
feels like a friend, like an uncle you might be in your family, just somebody feels close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? And I think people might not know the depth behind Zendaya. You know, they don't know maybe everything about you. They know, oh, you know, she's successful, she's great. But there is a lot of depth, and I think, again, it's the upbringing that you had, which is rare. And
I'm very lucky.
It's nice. Now, I thought this was really funny. Now, apparently, now tell me if I'm wrong. First song you ever learned, blow the whistle? Like, first song?
No. My first rap song. Because before that, I was just kind of like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But that was the first one that, like, I knew all the words to. And my niece, who usually knows all the words because she's older than me, was like, it was the first song that I knew better than her. And she's like, what? So it's so funny, like, every time, like, I'm at any type of, like, I don't really go out to parties or anything, but, you know, there's events and stuff. Right. And occasionally they'll play that, and I just go off. I'm, like, so excited. Go on and on. Can't understand why it lasts so long. I must have superpowers. Okay, let me not.